Hello, everybody. Right up front, I'm going to apologize for my voice. I have seasonal allergies. I've gotten no sleep because a couple of family members have COVID and I've been looking after them. So, yeah, this is kind of a short notice, last minute video. Anyway, moving on swiftly to actually channel related things. Today, I thought that we would just kind of go over in Star Trek Picard, the latest season, which is very good, by the way. They have Starfleet Museum unveiled, and one of the things that they do is they give us a couple of nice long beauty shots of Starfleet Museum. This is one of them. This is from the excellent Ex Astra Scientia site. This is on there, just because it was easier to grab theirs instead of trying to do my own screen grab, so that's what I've done. Definitely check that site out because it's exemplary. That's a big word. Anyway, this is Starfleet Museum, and I thought that we could kind of go over some of the ships that are there. And just kind of what I think about them, if I like them, yada yada yada, those things. So with that out of the way, yeah, let's start with the museum itself, which I'm pretty sure in the episode they said was the old space dock orbiting Earth. Space Dock 1, this is the one where the Enterprise escapes out of in, I believe, Search for Spock, though I could be wrong. Flies out of these doors here. And so it's neat that that's been preserved. There are much larger space docks like it around now, like Enterprise D flew out of the hole from in one of them, which was just reused footage. But anyway, I really like this kind of mushroom-looking space dock. It's really, really cool, in my opinion, with the doors and all that. It just looks really, really neat. I would say start with the oldest, but let's start at the right. New recording because of coughing fit. But yeah, let's start up here. This is obviously an Intrepid class. If this is not USS Voyager, that is a huge wasted opportunity. I like to think that's Voyager because what else would it be? It only makes sense that would be Voyager right there. So that's the Intrepid class Voyager. Enough said. I mean, Voyager is a cool little ship. It's not my favorite series. It's not my least favorite. It's acceptable. It's the Star Trek series you would have playing on your TV in the background while you do dishes or laundry. Like 90% of Office watchers, myself included. Just have it on. It's a nice, don't really have to think about it show. Inoffensive. You don't have to get too involved. So we have Voyager. There are ships around, obviously, but we can't see them just because of, geometry and perspective. And next up we have, this is probably USS Excelsior or an Excelsior class. Just looking at everything, it seems right. There's this kind of L-shaped pylons, the secondary hull that sticks out but doesn't have a lot of bottom. And the saucer. I mean, I like Excelsior. I like the Excelsior class. I'm quite happy that we have an Excelsior 2 class in canon. And the, what is it, the Obanega or the whatever it is. Yeah, it's in lower decks, and I believe there is an Excelsior 2 canon as well. So I like the design. I'm glad that it's sticking around because the longer this thing stays in Starfleet canonically, the funnier I find it, and I think new versions count. Next up, we have an Akira class. I don't know what this Akira class would have done. Obviously, it would have served in the Dominion War in some capacity, but I don't know if it's a specific ship that the showrunners had in mind or the VFX staff. Or if they just thought, what's the design I like? Akira. It would be kind of cool if this was the NX-01, They look very similar. An XO1 was built to look like or like Akira, sorry. But wasn't that. They could have swapped the nacelles up or something, and it would have been kind of neat to see. But they didn't, and that's an Akira class, obviously. Alright, another cough break. Next up, we have the... It's not the Enterprise, obviously. Enterprise is probably represented here, but this is not the Enterprise. This is a Constitution class. Original skin. Obviously, I love this design. It's just super cool. Weirdly, this is not the Strange New Worlds variant, which they were saying on the show was how the ship actually looked like, just didn't, because 1960s tech doesn't look as good as modern stuff. I think it does, but, to each their own. I'm not going to argue the point because we're getting new Star Trek, unless it's Discovery, which I did not like too much. But you know what? I'm not every Star Trek fan. So, yeah. They gave us this design. I mean, I don't know what one this is, but it's an original flavor Connie. Obviously, the ship would have done great things. Even if she's there just as fan service, is kind of filling in for the original Enterprise, which was destroyed looking like that. But we'll get to that ship. I still really, really dig that they have one, that they kept one around somewhere. I don't know how, but, they have one. It's really neat. I'm a fan. Okay, obviously the next ship we have has got to be USS Stargazer. Stargazer's really cool. I mean, there's not too much left to say. What was the episode? Was it just Stargazer in TNG? Was the name of the episode, or Maxia? I forget, but I really like this design. It's one of my favorite Starfleet designs ever. I love the Constellation class to bits. Below it we have, this is either another Akira, or it is a Luna. Yeah, that's the one. It might be a Luna. I'm not going to say what it is. Either way, I don't really know. It's kind of grainy. But, it's really cool. Really nice. I don't know why we would have two Akiras, so I'm guessing that's a separate ship class, but I don't know what class it would be. Then we have a Romulan bird of prey they probably dug up from somewhere. I don't know if that's supposed to be the TOS flavor or a sort of later iteration, but we have one. It probably has an interesting kind of Black Ops story behind how it was got, or it was got in alongside... hang on. Okay, alongside, I believe, Queen Mary in California somewhere. There is I believe, Whiskey class, which is a Soviet submarine of the Cold War. Now, this submarine is kind of weird to see in America. It's there because somebody bought it at the end of the Cold War and then turned it into a museum. I bring that up because that's a really weird fact. Also, Queen Mary is an ocean liner museum ship visit if you're in the area, because it's super cool, and I think we should have something like that around. Visit the ex-Soviet submarine as well, because that's also going to be cool. But I wonder if that was kind of a civilian got a hold of it and donated it, rather than a sort of Black Ops stolen deal back in the day, or whatever it was. Maybe it was a technology exchange. Maybe it was captured during the Tomid incident. That would be a really cool backstory for that ship. Then we have, this has got to be Defiant as well. I don't know why that wouldn't be USS Defiant or Defiant 2, Defiant A, because the original was destroyed. Really cool to see, though. I like the Defiant class. It's a neat little design. There it is. There is something over there. I'm not sure what that is. There's too little to tell. Maybe from the coloration it's something like a Galor. Maybe it's the front kind of shovel scoop that we're seeing. But I don't know. I mean, it's really cool. Regardless, it's gotta be. Maybe we'll get another shot. But, yeah, not sure. Still pretty cool, though. And yes, I did just spend 30 seconds talking about a shape that I have no idea what it is and saying how cool it is. That's only because I'm trying not to cough and was overly fixated on it. Next up, we have something. I don't know if this is a Neo-Constitution. Surely it isn't. I don't know if it's a Excelsior refit. I don't know. I don't know if it's a Shangri-La class, which is what the Titan A is based on. It's a sort of, not a fan design, but a side cannon, beta cannon design from a game back in the day. It's kind of a neat looking ship. Look it up, Titan A. I actually made a video on Titan A, what it was, and I failed to mention the Shangri-La class, and silly me. But in my defense, I was not racked by seasonal allergies and, doing other stuff, so I have no excuses. Past me was a blithering idiot. Regardless, I like that kind of movie era design, so regardless what that ship turns out to be, I really like it. Next up we have, this could be the Enterprise A. Legitimately, it could be Enterprise A. I'm going to assume it is, because why else would it be there? I was going to say maybe that's Enterprise B, but I really don't know what that is. It's the ship we have the best shot of, and I'm not sure, because this is kind of last minute. But this is probably the Constitution class Enterprise A. Makes the most sense. Really cool to see it. Actually, no, I think we get a better shot of it in the episode, but I can't remember what it is because I only half watched it. I'll go back and rewatch it and feel like an idiot. I'll probably feel like an idiot for half of these, but we probably get a shot of that. But yeah, always a cool design. That might be my favorite Starfleet design ever. I really like that one, but that might be my absolute all-time favorite. Man, another coffin break. Allergies suck. Anyway, a little short on breath. This is the Bounty, the bird of prey that Kirk and co. stole in, I believe, Search for Spock, when the original Enterprise was destroyed. Kind of plays a role in the in Picard Season 3. Cool to see that they still have it knocking around. That, I want to say that is a D7. It looks very D7-y to me. Again, we probably get a better shot of it, but I'm going to assume D7. And then that was somebody else coughing that time, although I might as well follow suit. Sorry. I feel fine. It's just talking, my voice kind of goes out, so I'd say I have to be fairly quick on this, but I've waffled on for quite a while already, so why not a little more? Anyway, this last one, I don't know what that is. I would be tempted to say NX-01 Enterprise, but I don't know. Probably get a better shot of it. Again, as we're wrapping this video up, I have to just conclude with, this is a super cool thing to include. I love all of these ships presented before us. It's kind of a love piece to Trek, but we probably see better versions of them in the episodes. I've been somewhat busy and preoccupied, so I'm making this as a, ooh, that's really cool. What could that be? And either saying, obviously, that's the Enterprise A, as this is, or has to be, or, Kira, and maybe another Kira, or maybe that has a boring side story from the super cool one that your brain jumps to instantly. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I'm 50-50 on what that is. But, cool design. Cool that they included this in an episode. I mean, obviously there is gonna be some kind of Starfleet museum, which that's another really cool site, the Starfleet Museum. I've actually talked to the guy that owns it via email a couple of times. Really cool dude. Tangent, that's two very good Star Trek sites to check out. But, yeah, that about wraps it up for me. Hang on. Last one of those cough breaks, probably. Nope. I lie. I'm gonna finish this up quick. Like this, like all of this stuff, like that they brought Bounty back. Season 3 of Picard has been very, very good so far. I really enjoy it. Watch it. If you have watched it, you're probably yelling at the screen and typing a comment about what all of these are. I've seen it. I've just been busy and haven't paid too much attention. But, yeah, feel free to educate me in the comments. If you liked the video, give it a like. If you feel like supporting the channel monetarily and getting some perks, you can do that on Patreon. There's a link below. You get things like videos a day early. You get votes on what ships will be covered when I'm not dealing with real life stuff and have to do a sort of last minute video. But yeah, I think that's it. Hope you enjoyed. Have a nice day.